Sports. No matter your preference, you have a variety of moments that are funny or embarrassing. Sometimes it's because a play doesn't go as planned and the results are, well, too funny to ignore. Sometimes it's because a player goes and does something that they won't think will be on camera, but it is. And sometimes it's people doing the most crazy things and it's hard to deny the awesomeness that just transpired. But which of the funny and embarrassing moments truly transcend things? Allow us to show you some of the funniest and most embarrassing moments in sports. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 14, the face. The Olympics are one of, if not the, highest level of overall sports competition in the world today. The whole world pretty much comes together to battle it out and see who is the best. And when you get to the medal ceremony, you're supposed to show composure and honor and grace. But for Bradley Wiggins and the UK crew at this particular Olympics, they couldn't keep a straight face as the music of the nations was played. Bradley himself didn't realize he was on camera and thus made a funny, things to lighten things up, which obviously got his crew laughing with him. But the camera was very much on him and no doubt other people laughed at this as well. It should also be noted that England won the gold in that event, making it all the more hilarious. Number 13, Charles got tricked. Charles Barkley is one of the most beloved players and personalities in NBA history. He made a true mark on the game, and when he became an analyst for TNT, he helped elevate commentary as a whole. But he's also the punching bag of many jokes by the others on the TNT crew, including this one time when he had to read a teleprompter word for word and didn't realize it until it was too late that he was about to insult himself.
Playoffs on TNT, and I hope you have enjoyed my T-Mobile Fave 5 list. I'm a dumbass.
His reaction is truly priceless. Number 12, save the mascot. Mascots don't always get the praise they deserve, but in this case, they should for class and setting up a funny moment. During a baseball game, a mascot was sitting next to a kid and realized a foul ball might hit him. So the mascot protected the kid and got hit in the head, via the foam head, as a result. The mascot played a joke by pretending that he was knocked out, and when he did, the kid next to him reacted by trying to save him by doing CPR. Oh, children. Number 11, have to be clean. As the global pandemic has shown, sometimes you just need to be prepared for anything and everything, including being ready to help a fellow player out when they need to clean their hands. This is what happened in a game between the Cubs and the Pirates in the MLB, where one Cubs player, while still in the game, offered some hand sanitizer to the Pirates player next to him, who happily partook. The announcers couldn't maintain their composure at the hilarity of this event, and it's not hard to see why.
Give him some hand sanitizer.
Number 10, tic-tac fail. One of the best things about sports at times is that we get to see the fans come onto the field or court and have some fun during things like halftime. But at times, this actually requires the fans to be smart and actually know what they are doing. Because in one game of tic-tac-toe on a basketball court, one fan named Grace clearly didn't understand how to play tic-tac-toe, and it was both embarrassing to see her fail so hard, and hilarious to see the announcers, whom she can't even hear, to try and coach her to victory and fix the mistakes that she was making. Fans, what are you gonna do? Number 9, flop. Look, flopping as a whole is an embarrassing thing in sports. It doesn't matter the sport, if you flop, you're trying to cheat and get the refs to give you something for nothing happening. In this clip, Kyle Lowry fakes an injury and flops to the ground expecting a call from the refs. But as the replay would clearly show, he had nothing done to him at all. But Lowry went and started complaining to the refs multiple times to try and get the call, which is just dumb in all sorts of ways. Number 8, the stance. Let's head to a sport you absolutely can't flop in, the UFC. There have been a fair share of funny moments in that league, but one that is really odd to witness is this UFC fighter doing a stance that is very closed in and arguably not that effective. But not only is he committing to it, he suddenly goes and breaks out the Ollie Shuffle. Why? Ours is not to question why, you just appreciate it and move on. Number 7, Jordan's clap. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player ever, period. He was a dominant force on the court and won 6 rings with the Chicago Bulls, but as great as he was, he also had some weird traditions. Key among them was that he would go and use powder on his hands, perfectly legal, and then go and clap it off near the commentators for the game. This led to a series of running gags to where a certain pair of commentators were subject to this. They got bigger and bigger with their blocking methods, from wearing masks to using umbrellas and more. You can even see Jordan laughing at some of these. Number 6, dance off. One of the things that mascots are known to do is get the crowd pumped up by doing moves and entertaining people by poking fun of people like security guards. The Houston Astros mascot did this to one security guard who decided to end a man's career by doing his own dance break that left fans, audiences, announcers, and the mascot stunned. And when he was done, he went right back to a security guard position like a pro and boss would. You got served. Number 5, wrong sport to slide in. Many people don't understand how difficult tennis can be, and a lot of it has to do with the terrain. There are 4 different terrains a tennis court can be, and one of them is grass, which is important to note because grass can get slick. In this case, an intense volley between 2 players leads to one player trying to slide to get the ball back over the net, and then he goes and slides under the net. The replay shows just how slick the court must have been because he slid for many feet before going under the net. Thankfully, the player just laughed it off. Number 4, I'm thirsty, dang it. One of the things that sometimes gets left out in the struggles of playing a game is that sometimes you get thirsty and you can't get a drink for a while. That is what happened to Jose Ramirez during one game, because he was so thirsty that when it started to pour down rain, he opened his mouth and lifted his head and let the rain nourish him. The announcers got a kick out of it, obviously. Number 3, the Statue of Liberty punch. Going back to UFC action, one of the things that fans of the sport love to see are KOs that just defy reality in certain ways, such as a reverse spin kick that got famous at the end of 2020. But in this funny and embarrassing moment, one fighter got hit so hard that not only was he KO'd, but his body was so stunned that it reverted into a pose like the Statue of Liberty. The kind of thing that has been known to happen with sudden impacts, but the way it happened as he was falling was both hilarious for us and embarrassing for him. Number 2, the crane. Fans will go all out for their team in regards to their passion. For one soccer player, he was somehow banned from the stadium of his favorite team, but he refused to stop supporting them. So what did he do? He hired a crane to go and elevate itself so that he could be in the boom lift and just watch the game from on high, complete with a large flag that he hung from said boom lift. Hey, that's one way to get around a ban. Number 1, Zion's show fail. Zion Williamson had a major event happen with his Nike shoe when he was still playing at Duke. It was in the opening minutes of Duke versus North Carolina. Everyone was waiting for the shoe to drop in the metaphorical sense, and instead we got it in the literal sense. His foot exploded through his shoe, and that actually injured Zion and ruined the game for many. Nike took a huge hit because of their inability to make a shoe for Zion. No, seriously, their stocks fell. They did rebound, as did Zion, but that moment will be forever felt in college basketball. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at moments from sports history that aren't exactly the most flattering to those who participated in them or were too hilarious not to laugh at? Which of these moments made you laugh or feel bad for the person involved? Do you think that the people who had these moments felt bad that they got caught doing them later on? Do you know of any other embarrassing moments that we could have put on here? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.